I don't know how Christianity has been preached in this society, that people now think that if you have pains and doubts and disappointments, it is because you are not praying well. Where did they get it? Where did they get that kind of message? When Jesus made it clear to us, in the world you will have all kinds of trouble, but do not be afraid, I have overcome the world. Jesus did not give us any insurance policy against challenges and pains and disappointment. In fact, he assured us that if we are following him, if they do this when the wood is green, what will happen when the wood is dry? And that is why I keep saying that if you are really a Christian, that you will have challenges and pains and difficulties. It's not a probability, it is a certitude. Where are our people getting the message that if you are following the Lord Jesus, everything will go well for you? Where did they get that message? I challenge any preacher, I challenge any Christian that has a contrary whatever to come and meet me and demonstrate to me from the New Testament. Demonstrate to me where you got it. Why deceive our people? Why not prepare our people the way Jesus prepared his followers? Our people have been schooled into a Christianity that the apostles of Jesus will not recognize, that the saints through history will not recognize, that people like Mary Slessor will not recognize, Ajayi Crowther will not recognize, John Wesley will not recognize. Where did they get it? I just want you all to get the parameters right. Get the parameters right. In fact, I say the reason why this kind of message is going around is because people are not ready to live the real Christian life. Anyone who has attempted to live the Christian life in any department of life, you will know that it necessarily entails difficulties and pains. You are in a rotten society like Nigeria of today, and you think you can live the Christian life without difficulties. You are fooling yourself. What did I say? You are in a rotten society like Nigeria today, and you think you can live the Christian life without disappointments and failures and betrayals. I say you are just fooling yourself. It is not possible. It is not in the normal course of things, of nature. In the midst of the challenges, therefore, in the midst of the pains, in the midst of the disappointments, therefore, Jesus says is our companion along the way. I mean, let me illustrate with one of the current problems we have in society. A number of young Christian women are not easily able to get husbands, especially highly qualified ones. And they say it is the devil. It's explainable now. 100 years ago, somebody, by the time you are 15, 16, you are married out. Either as the first wife of somebody, or the second, or the third, or the fourth. True or false? And no one went without marriage. Because at the time you are 16, 17, your parents marry you out to one of their friends. One of those they know. And you got to be married out. Now, today, people are going to school and getting qualified. And by the time they finish getting qualified, and they are Christians, so they cannot be second wife of somebody. Right? And it is not me who is saying don't go and be second wife. It is you who say because I'm a Christian, I will not be second wife of somebody. You are a sociologist. Does that not affect how, that some people may end up not getting married? 2, they're not prepared to marry a divorcee. Right? You have to know that's a problem. If you will not be a second wife, you're not prepared to marry a divorcee, you are 35 years old, then your chances are very slim. Right? Now, you should know that there is a cost to pay for your being a Christian. But what my people are doing is that, I am a Christian, but I will not pay any cost. And I'm like, you are fooling yourself. You're just fooling yourself. And they are being told by preachers that if only you believe. And I keep saying, there are worldly opportunities that many of us will miss on account of being Christians. If you are not ready for that, get out of the church. Get out of the church if you are not ready to that, because it means you are not ready to pay. There is cost to Christianity. It is Dietrich Bonhoeffer that German confessional pastor who was killed during the Second World War, Hitler's Nazi regime, who wrote that powerful book. He called it The Cost of Discipleship. Get a hold of that book and read. That it says grace, talk about grace, free gift of God, that grace is not cheap. That grace is on account of the blood of the Son of God. It's not cheap. There is no cheap grace. And if you think you can live the Christian life and have sugar in the morning and sugar in the afternoon and sugar in the evening too, you are fooling yourself. And that's the kind of nonsense being preached in this country as Christianity. It hurts me. It hurts me because with the number of people going to church in this country, with the number of buildings called churches in this country, we should transform our society for God. But if it is this kind of charlatanic Christianity all over the place, then there will be no power now. This is a real problem, and I want you all to be concerned about it. Be concerned. If Christianity means anything to you, be concerned about what is being preached in the name of Christianity. It shouldn't just be Father George that is shouting about this. Does your Christianity mean anything to you? Virginius, does your Christianity mean anything to you? Then you must be concerned and be part of the campaign against the nonsense going out. Kemi, does your Christianity mean anything to you? You must be concerned about this, because out there, what is going on is destroying Christianity. I spoke to a young person yesterday, and the young person told me that, Father, because of all these things going around, many of us young people are wondering what all this nonsense Christianity is all about. If we allow this nonsense to continue, a lot of people in the younger generation are going to throw away Christianity altogether, except by God's special grace. Do you understand me? So you cannot just say, I am a Christian, and you just come to church, but you are not concerned about how Christianity is being preached. Then you will lose it, because the soil from under your feet is being dug every day. I mean, how do you feel if you live this Christian life, you go to church every day, you go to church every Sunday, and you look down the way, your son, your grandchild, this Christianity means nothing to them? How would you feel? If you don't feel anything, it means it didn't mean anything to you. It means Christianity never meant any, it was just a social club. Of course, you can belong to one club and your son doesn't want to belong to that club. But if it meant something to you, passionately, then you will be concerned. Then you won't leave this kind of campaign to Father George. You will all be concerned about it. Something is seriously wrong. There is a cost to pay for being Christian. You cannot be a Christian contractor in Nigeria and you say, no, everything will just go fine. And you win all the contracts. You win all the contracts, you pay all the bribes. And as Bishop says, that there are alternatives to corruption. Must you be a contractor? Can't you be something else? If you are a contractor, must you be a contractor to government? Can't you be contractor to, or must you? That there are alternatives. It is laziness that makes people to think that this course of action is the only one they can do. Who says when one door closes, another opens? We have to begin to take our Christian faith seriously. This lip service must end. This hypocrisy must end.